Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for coming back. I'm excited that you're here watching another video on my brand new channel. And today I want to talk about my 5 favorite cybersecurity books for beginners. I think those books, they have incredible content, and as you go through the book, it can put you ahead. You're gonna learn so many other techniques, and it's gonna help you speed up and increase your security knowledge, either as a penetration tester or as a SOC analyst, okay? So without further ado, let me show you my 5 favorite beginner cybersecurity books. Let's get started. So the first book I wanna show you, it's what I actually consider the greatest of all times for beginner cybersecurity books. And it's Linux Basics for Hackers. You see, by Master Occupy the Web. You know, Master OTW is a legend. He's been around for a really long time and has a vast experience in cybersecurity. He taught security in every branch of the US military, and he wrote a book for Linux Basics, but Linux Basics for hackers. And if you're a newcomer and you're for the first time downloading Linux, if it's either Kali Linux, Kali Purple, Parrot OS, Arch Linux, or even Ubuntu, you should start here. Learn, the basic commands, the directories, the Linux structure, the file system structure. This Linux book is nothing but a wealth of information, and if you're really starting in security, there's no better place to start than here, okay? So Linux Basics for Hackers. The second book I want to show you is Network Basics for Hackers. As you guys know, you can't hack what you can communicate with, and real hackers and real SOC analysts have a really good grasp in networking. And this book has been written by Master OTW as well. And the reason why I consider this book one of the best ever in networking is because he made it really straightforward, really easy for you to understand the protocol and the attack avenues that come with the protocol. This isn't a boring read at all. He explains the protocol, explains what's for, and explains how hackers attack the protocol. Again, very easy read, very straightforward, direct to the point, and that's how it should be. You're not going to start reading something boring and drift away because, the person who wrote the book made it extremely complicated for you to understand something that's actually should be very simple. And that's what this book is. Okay, so I highly recommend it. Again, if you're a newcomer, please, in networking, start here. Network Basics for Hackers. My third book is Black Hat Bash. As you start your journey in security and your Linux journey, you are going to work a lot with bash scripting. And this is also a really great place for you to start because you're going to learn the basics. And along with the exercises in this book, you're going to learn different attack venues. You're going to learn scripting techniques, and it's going to really sharpen up your skills. When you work with a Linux distro that's for security, you are going to have to learn bash scripting, because you're going to have to automate tasks and so much more, which you can actually find in this book. And again, as you go through the exercises, it's going to really open up your mind through a lot more stuff. You're gonna really jump ahead if you go through every single exercise in this book. You're gonna learn bash on top by default, many more other things. So please, in your bash journey, start here. That's my recommendation. So Black Hat Bash. Okay, my fourth book is Black Hat Python. On the previous book we said Black Hat Bash, and now Black Hat Python. Python is one of, if not the most powerful programming languages in the world. And as a security analyst or as a penetration tester, you will have to know Python. I'm not saying that you're gonna have to be a full-on software developer, but you do have to learn the basics, because once you download exploits, you're gonna have to know how to fix those exploits, how to customize them for whatever current engagement you're working on right now. And this is a really great place for you to start your Python journey. A lot of people debate, oh, but do I really have to learn programming if I'm a SOC analyst? Yes, you have to learn programming because you want to be professional, you want to be skilled, and you want to be a well-rounded SOC analyst. And Python is not going anywhere, so I suggest you learn it. It's nothing terrible, just learn the basics. I know a lot of people are scared of programming. Like, again, you don't have to be a full-on Python developer, but at least learn the basics. There's so much great stuff here. And once you go through it, how once you're reading some code, you really know what you're reading. You want to be a skilled professional. You want to be a knowledgeable professional. And on top of everything, it's your job to know, okay? So Black Hat Python for you. And my fifth and final book is Serious Cryptography. Can't talk about security without talking about cryptography and encryption. Encryption, when it comes to security, is the name of the game. And in this book, you're going to learn the difference between symmetric encryption and asymmetric, private key, public key. This is, cryptography is the foundation of security. Those are fundamentals that you need to know when it comes to cybersecurity. And this book is going to explain everything to you, because at least the basics of cryptography you have to know. And all the knowledge, all the content that you do need to know, it's in this book. So I highly recommend that you at least glanced over the basics. Get yourself familiar with the different types of encryption, different types of encryption algorithm like AES, RSA, again, symmetric, asymmetric, public key, private key, all the basics of encryption. Okay, so Serious Cryptography is my fifth and final recommendation for you. And that's it, guys. Those are my 5 favorite cybersecurity books for beginners. Those are my recommendations to you. Doesn't mean that I'm right, doesn't mean that I'm wrong. Those are just personal preference. But I think a lot of you guys who have been around in cybersecurity would agree with me that those books have actually great content and great knowledge that you can start with. Cybersecurity, if you're a newcomer, just know that takes a really long time to learn, takes a lot of practice. Don't feel discouraged, and don't try to learn several things at once. Whomever chases 2 rabbits catches none. So pick up one book, learn the whole book, practice, go over the book again, and do the same with the next book, and make sure you're actually getting hands-on some practice and some exercises. So once again, thanks for being here, for watching my non-artistic videos. I really appreciate you guys, honestly, and I'll see you guys in the next video, okay? And if you did enjoy the video and you got some value out of it, subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right? Thank you so much, guys.